Hi, my name is Ovedako. Welcome. Please subscribe to this channel. It's about entrepreneurship, it's about business, it's about personal development. Today, I want to continue the book review that I've been doing. It's a book that I wrote, Perspective, How to Develop the Mindset to Start and Build Your Own Business. I want to review chapter 6. It's leadership and character. Leadership and character. So I'll start to read. In our lifetime, we should have a generation of people who will look at character as the basis of our success. Character is at the foundation of any achievement, sustainable or sustained achievement. Character is at the foundation. It's like the root to the tree. If the character is not there, whatever that we are building, there will be a time that will be tested. And when the wind blows, when the bad winds blow, or when the whole thing hits the rock, would we stand? That which will keep us going when everything is gone is the character that we have developed. So it's very much important. It's one thing trying to build a business and you want to sacrifice everything to get to the success, or to get money, or to get the fame, or to get the growth that you're looking for. And it's another thing when you want to do the same thing but with some level of values, some level of character. And so I'm talking about leadership and character. Leadership is everything. You're leading yourself, you're leading everybody who comes to work with you. It is important that you understand that the human component in business is the most difficult, and you can get a lot if you understand what they call leadership and how it works. So we will not steal and cut corners to go ahead, not from our country, our employers, or family. When we start with good character, we end up well. It is the only guarantee for continued success, and that is a timeless principle. There are a lot of principles that don't change, and character, being truthful, being honest, is timeless. So you as a leader, you need that. You as an entrepreneur, the moment you start a business, the moment you become an entrepreneur, you have pushed yourself into what they call leadership. You're leading yourself even if you are the only one working. So you might as well understand that in our entrepreneur journey, we will be bent and disappointed by people. We will be hurt. We will hurt others too. You'll be so much disappointed. People that you count on will give up on you. People that you thought will be there for you you find out that they've not been that loyal. They will not be that truthful. And you yourself, some people will depend on you and you will let them down. It's part of the journey. Especially at the stage that you're developing and the stage that you're discovering yourself in the process. And so some of those who hurt us are people who we genuinely help. There are some people that you genuinely will help, but they will end up, disappointing you. It's part of the journey, and it requires of leadership to go through this phase and not be bitter, and not be so much disappointed, and not feel so much disappointed and hurt because others, you could not count on others. Leadership and character have to do with people, their weaknesses and strength. We should have kind heart as business people and be wise to build a relationship. You need relationship. The next stage of your life is going to depend on the relationship that you build, and it calls for character, it calls for leadership, for you to connect with the right people and keep those relationships. Leadership is a skill, and it takes a lot of time to have it. So is loyalty. Leadership is skill. Leadership is what gets results. They say that everything rises and falls on leadership. So you should understand that entrepreneurs who are dishonest are building businesses that will not stand when bad times show up. Integrity will keep us. Integrity will keep you. When everybody else is saying you lied and you know within your heart that you didn't lie, it will keep you. Even if the business goes, even if when you die, eventually the truth will come out and you'll be vindicated, because truth is timeless. Truth is eternal. And so is character. So integrity is part of it. On the road of success and achievement, what separates the men from the boys is how much pressure we can take without losing, they can take without losing their focus and peace. So you don't lose your peace. You don't lose. Even though you'll be disappointed, you'll be lied to, you'll be cheated. You still have to keep the joy. You have to still be happy. Intelligence is also the ability to see the ramification of our decisions and the power to do it or not to do it. You don't just have to get intelligent in terms of achieving something, but you also have to know the effect, the consequences of your decisions and your choices. It is more than mental exercise. Intelligence is expressed in skill and delivery. It is important that we pursue both intelligence and integrity continually. So you're not just getting knowledge and apply your intelligence, but you're also being honest with its application. Money is not everything. Character is everything. Money, some people have money, but you know that they store it. Some people have money, they work for it. You want to have the one that you work for, not the one that you kill to have, or the one that you lie to get. So business leadership is an art. It's a science too. It's art and science. When we develop the required skill set, emotional intelligence, character, and the strength of mind, it shows that we are prepared to do what it takes to be successful. So business leadership requires that. It requires the right skill set. You must know what you're doing. It requires also a lot of emotional stability, emotional intelligence, as they call it. It requires character, and it requires the strength of mind. You cannot be hysterical and panic. You cannot just be, you panic at every slightest disagreement and disappointment. Let people know and believe that you are trustworthy. There are a lot of good things that come our way or your way as an entrepreneur if partners and workers can trust your word. So you want people to trust your word. You want people, and that is leadership. When you want your word, it becomes your bond. You don't just do anything just because you want to have your way out. So I'm talking about leadership and character. I'm reviewing a book that I wrote. Is perspective, how to develop the mindset to start and build your own business, and I'm talking about the chapter 6. So it is expensive to finance a project in our country, but once you take people's money to do business, pay back. If you have to start all over again, you have to have that. Sometimes you will make a lot of errors, a lot of mistakes, and they will end up becoming debt on you. If you took people's money, if you took somebody's money, if you took the loan, don't run away. Don't switch off your phone. Don't change your address because you have difficulties. Settle in your heart that you correct that and you pay them back and go by your word. Sometimes it takes years because you still have to have money to pay them, but make sure that you have them. You pay them. It is better to start all over again than to trash the trust that people gave you. Don't be afraid of losing. It's part of entrepreneurship. Mistakes are part of entrepreneurship, especially at the beginning. And so don't keep your self-interest when people trusted you. There are a lot of people that people trusted, gave them money. It didn't work out, but when some other things work out, they forgot the people who trusted them. Never do that. It's not the best way. Leadership is inspirational and it sees the value in others. You have got to see the value in others. Sometimes you go to some place, you see somebody there, you see how the person works, his character is, the way he behaves. The person may not know their value, but you as a leader must see talent and possibly polish that. If you want to be good leader, if you want to be good leaders, we have to be selfless and focus on the reason for the leadership in the first place, which is people. People, the reason for leadership, the best for people. So stages and tests that entrepreneurs are likely to go through or is likely to go through. An entrepreneur is likely to go through the test of the business idea and its viability. This is the stage that provides the viability of your idea. Our ideas are generated based on our exposure and skill set. So a lot of the ideas that will come to you is because of what you have been exposed to and the level of expertise. The business is most likely to fail when the idea is ill-conceived. A lot of the times, if you just saw something that somebody is doing, you don't understand it, you don't have expertise for it, you can't connect with it. You just saw it and you want to run with it. A lot of the times, those ideas are the ones that will fail and get you into some kind of trouble when the idea is not thought out well, and you think through ideas, you link them to your exposure, to your skill set, the things that you know. A lot of the ideas will come from there. The startup team, their skill, exposure, emotional intelligence, commitment, professionalism, and passion. The strength of the startup team is so important to the survivor of the company. The more diverse the team, the stronger and more committed they are. So you don't want to build a team where you have just called people from your village or your tribe. You want to be able to build an environment where people with different kind of backgrounds and different kind of skill set and exposure become part of it. So your ability to keep the team together and focus on the vision of the business is a test for you as an entrepreneur. A wrong team will break the company before it even becomes successful. So it's better to go alone than to go with the wrong team. It's better to go alone than to go with the wrong team. Cash flow and debt management. How you handle this is a make or break for the team and the company. This is what I call finance debt test. This is a stage which can quickly collapse the business if it is not handled wisely. Knowing how to borrow and paying the back is important. You need to keenly monitor your finances and your money and how money comes in and out of the business. This I have learned the hardest way. I'm still learning. Looking at our economy and business culture, starting a business in the construction industry where you have to work and accumulate before you're paid is not the best place to start businesses. So a lot of the times, if you are not skilled as a business person, you don't want to go start a business in the construction industry where a lot of capital is needed to start the project. You work so much before they pay you, and if you are not skilled, you will even go for bank loans or individual loans with high interest rate, and before you see it, you have created a lot of mess. And this thing has killed a lot of entrepreneurs, initiatives. So accumulated before you are paid